Hello and welcome to Queenie's Card of the Week. I forgot what I was doing for a minute. Here on TikTok and your various social media platforms. The card this week is a card that came up a couple months ago. And because, we have repeaters, it happens. This is from see the back of it, the Fairies Oracle deck by Brian Froud, which is my usual go-to deck for readings for myself and for other people, even though I've got a whole bunch of other decks. I tend to connect with and use this deck the most often. That will be the case until another deck decides to adopt me. Anyway, so the card for this week is Laiste, which might be Laiste, the Moon's Daughter. And if you come up backwards, I heard that you can hit somewhere on there and it'll turn it around, but guess what? It's not happening. So it's Laiste, the Moon's Daughter. And I'm sorry about the stain on the card, but this is a well-loved deck. I've had it since 1999. She illuminates the darkness. This is about it's like a moonlight card where moonlight illuminates some things, but there's always shadow there. So it kind of illuminates a path in the shadows, that a path for you to move through the shadows. Her hoof prints, as it were, illuminates that. So what this feels like to this week is, if you feel like you're in the dark, the best way, because the messages from this card, from this fairy, in life right now can be very subtle. So subtle that they're not messages that you actively or aggressively seek out. They're messages that you allow. And so that's kind of what this week is about, is allowing yourself to receive the messages that are going to move you forward, gently but purposefully. And Laiste, she has a tendency to they have a tendency to speak in riddles, and kind of like the Sphinx, like, okay, well, you want the answer to that, but you're not asking the right questions. So this week is a week to ponder the right questions, or to allow the right questions to come forth, and understand that some questions we ask out of fear or urgency because somebody else is telling us that they're in a hurry. Allowing the right question to come out so that the answer can present itself. I am feeling that this week really, and I don't know, maybe from now on, things need to be about, like, okay, so what about me and my forward movement? Yes, everybody's going to have opinions about it if you let them. But what feels right? What direction feels right to you? And if you don't know what direction feels right to you, sometimes you have to sit back and cut all the chatter, all the external chatter. Get still so you can figure out what's in your heart. Because that's where all this stuff, it doesn't matter which card I pull during the week, is about. This is about what's actually in your heart. And I don't mean what your ego wants, what your mind is afraid of, whatever that is. It's what direction does your heart want to go in? And your heart, the way it speaks more subtle, and it speaks more sometimes it speaks in riddles, but it's more about allowing things to unfold as opposed to forcing things to unfold. It's funny because I got 10 minutes again. They're not giving me the 3-minute option, and I thought that I would watch for the 3 minutes, but now we're at 4. So we're going to go to 5. How about that? Anyway, so Laiste, the Moon's Daughter, is about getting quiet and allowing the illumination to things. Let's say, imagine, okay, we're going to be more than 5. Imagine that you're on a path at night and you don't have your flashlight, but it happens to be a night where the moon is almost full or half full, and you're having to use the moonlight to find your way out of the forest or to find your way along the path, and how you have to use that and how you have to kind of focus, because you want to keep your footing and you want to see the way out. You want to see there's a path, you know there's a path, but when it's completely dark, it's hard to trust that there's a path. And this card kind of illuminates that path a little bit. But there exists shadow in it as well, just because that's how life is. Life is full of light and shadow and in between. And these messages kind of come from the in between in a way. At least that's kind of how I see them. So I want you to have a wonderful week. Stop and listen and allow. Focus on having your heart ask the question instead of your mind and your fear and other people's opinions. Ask the question, and take care of yourself this week, and I'll see you next week. I love you. Thank you for watching. Those of you that watch every week, those of you that just found this, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. There'll be more to come. I'm expanding. Love you. Bye.